Hey there, welcome to our 50 Questions Friday for September 26th of 2025. Good to be here today, and thank you guys for joining us live here and after the fact. So waiting to while we're waiting for some others to join us here and also just settling in, taking some deep breaths and just come into presence. That presence that we did last week. So hopefully some of you guys have played around with that concept of presence and that field and were able to feel in and access that space. Um yeah, it's a living space. It's always different. But it really is the new paradigm of just the energy work that we do is presence. It's kind of what I've been calling divine awareness for all these years, but it's a little bit more even. Um, so anyway, hey Christine from Oz, glad you're here this morning. I haven't I haven't been able to drink my chai tea yet this morning, so I might have a couple sips and then we'll get started. We have some exciting new announcements, some new products and not in the light field energetic. So, I've been talking about the golden fire for a bit, here more recently, and how the golden fire was just a little intense from, what it was years ago. And, truly the golden fire energetic has been shifting along the way. It was even just probably 3 years ago, my sister mentioned, how that golden fire was almost more like that highest potentials field. Um, but we remade the 4-inch golden fire generator. It was one of our most popular pieces for a number of years. This one came out in 2017, the golden fire generator. Pretty amazing piece. It's a good size. It's a good size that you can place, your crystals and other things within it to broadcast. Good home piece. Don't want to throw it in your bag or anything. We have the video that we did also a few years ago on making the generators and the golden fire. This 4-inch golden fire generator is one that's on that video. So the golden fire, we'll talk about that one. Hey, Renard. Oh my goodness, your Taurus arrives today. Man, Renard, I am very excited for you. I tell you what, that Taurus is something else. Man. Yeah, I look forward to hearing your feedback. Hey, Jeff. San Diego. Hey, Malik. Good morning. I'm glad you made it here today. So yeah, the golden fire, the 4-inch generator is something that we decided to bring back. Now, as we were working with this golden fire to bring it in, it first presented in this generator as that fire, the golden fire, and it was intense. And as Brenda and I sat there in presence with this energetic, with the template, with the sphere, it changed it to more of a golden light. And that's what Brenda's always said about the golden fire. It is that golden light of the soul. But there was the time when the fire aspect was needed. We were all a little bit more dense, and the world was a little bit more dense. But the golden fire is it's not for now. The golden light is a very comparable. So I shut off my phone. So the golden light generators now is what they're called. And they are they are doing the first thing that you notice when you pick up the Golden Fire, the new Golden Light, is that that's what comes through first, is that Golden Fire energetic, which is more refined into the Golden Light energetic. So this refined Golden Fire is the first thing that you meet when you pick up this sphere, but there's more. And it's the and that we talk about. It is the Golden Fire, and it is so much more. So for those who are looking for just simple EMF mitigation, please do check out our new page. Spend a lot of time on this page, kind of redefining concepts and such. And that's the tensor field generator page. So the tensor field generator page now has the newly released 8-inch light field, the one that I've been promising to release for weeks now. That one is now available. Those are beautiful spheres energetically. I mean, they're just a solid light. Now, we also have the Golden Light 4-inch, and this one here I'm super excited about. This one was created because somebody was wanting a Golden Fire to put in with their kid's gym bag. Well, so that the kids who were at the gymnast right next to the cell phone tower would be able to mitigate the fields. So we made this solid little 1.25-inch Golden Light sphere. I'm pretty excited about this one. I think this is going to be the new staple in our energetic transformation kits. So the new Golden Light, where this used to have a 5.5-mile sphere of influence, this is now a 2.5-mile sphere of influence. But again, it's not necessarily how far it extends in the physical world. It's the grandness of the field. But 2.5 miles on the 4-inch generator, and we have what was it? 2.5. Oh crap! Now I need to remember. Sorry guys, and I'm not feeling into the fields at the moment. It says on our generator page the sphere of influence. This one is still, what is it, 1.5 or 2.5 miles. The small one is, and yeah, I'm pretty sure the small one is the 2.5 miles, and the larger one is the 5 mile. You can double check on the page there. My apologies this morning, but yes, this little generator does extend for well over a mile. I believe it's 2.5. Pretty amazing little sphere. There is quite the little light within this. And it is a sturdy little sphere, so you can put it into a bag or you can clip it onto a bag. Now, even though this one is a little bit smaller than the fidget generator, it is a bit more. Again, time and materials. These little guys, because they are so solid, they're so small, my hands still ache after creating these ones. But they are a nice, solid, feeling good sphere. So again, we do have those new tensor field generators on that tensor field generator page. Those are out and available now. Let's see some other updates here. I'm gonna do some checking in. Hey, Carly. Hey, Nika from SoCal. Glad you're here today. Did that shift to the energies of a lot of Golden Fire tools I already own? Yeah, so the Golden Fire tools that you already own have been continuously shifting through these years. And I know I was kind of bad mouthing the Golden Fire, but that was kind of the original template where there was a lot of the projections and we got to clear the dark and all those things back from the old paradigm. And truly, the Golden Fire has kept up with that. The Golden Fire tools that you have, you'll still notice if you sit side by side with this 4-inch Golden Light generator and the 4-inch original Golden Fire generator, you will still notice a difference in the energetics. The original Golden Fire is still going to be a little bit, it's going to have a little bit more of a bite to it. And it just depends on your sensitivities to the energies and to these particular fields. we've had a lot of people here, well, 3 people in the past year that have really had an issue with the Golden Fire tools, and, just because they were too strong. But these new tools, the new Golden Light is tempered down, it's refined, so it's still gonna do everything that the Golden Fire does, the new energetics. But yeah, again, Christine, your Golden Fire has definitely shifted a lot, and it will continue to shift. And that's the way it is with all the tools. Which kind of leads me to a question here, um, from email. Is somebody was asking about the the Divine I Am Activator pendant, that really heavy duty, spendy silver pendant, um, which we all know and love. It's still a grand energetic, but we have not been able to update the energetics of any of the tools that have been created prior to June 1st as of now. But yet, all the tools are going to slowly be shifting anyway. So even the tools that we made 15 years ago are different now, and they're going to be different tomorrow. There's just incremental shifts that are occurring in all the tools, as it is also occurring within you, within this planet, and within everybody on it. So the old tools will still be able to continue and come along. Um, hmm, Bernard, I wear my generator and have it on a huge Moldavite pendant. Yeah, that little light field generator is pretty amazing. And again, those light field 1.5 versus this 1.25 inch golden light, quite a different field. But yeah, Renard, I think you have that 1.5 inch light field generator, and that is an amazing field. It really is. Um, and again, you just have to kind of read the descriptions and feel into the photos. We don't have the photo up yet of this 1.25 inch, but we will here over the weekend, I'm sure. But yeah, this is the 1.25 inch generator here in that golden light. You had mentioned possibly having Brenda record some guidelines on how to heal self since she's currently not doing any sessions. Is there any update on that? You know, no. Gosh, I have a lot of dreams and aspirations that are all over out there. Um, you know, I hope that there will be a day when when that's something that we'll do. But as of right now, Brenda's still working on her things. We're all going through the deep shift still, and yeah. So at some point, that is a potential that I would like to get Brenda to get on here, and or else to maybe just do a little segment of how she does the work. And so that's still on the back burner for sure. My highest potentials coil has definitely shifted. That is grand. Yeah, especially these newer energies. And as a matter of fact, and so yeah, thank you for that, Matthias, that your highest potentials coil has shifted. And that was the silver version before this light field coil. And as a matter of fact, if we actually took the expansive light bangles off the sale, we're moving those back to full price because that expansive light has also shifted. Those expansive light bangles are really a grand one. And then the another announcement is we're also bringing back the wisdom energetic. So we just remade some larger size of the wisdom bangles, the 3.25 inch, 3.5 inch, that fit the average male hand. And then plus we have the 3-inch ones. Those ones are no longer on clearance either. We've actually created a all new size large, the larger size. Those are just got completed and listed here this morning. And then The 3-inch ones are different as well, and we purposely went in there and brought some more, some of the more consciousness and light into that wisdom. And the reason that we did this with the wisdom rings is we're also creating a new pendant in the wisdom energetics. Because as we have discussed here a few times about the grounding and about how some people are just uncomfortable when they get taken out of that space of the old. And that's what these new light fields do, especially the coil pendants, is they pull you out of the old energy. And as they pull you out of the old energy, yes, you feel ungrounded. You feel like you're kind of out there. It's one, it's a transitional space. Two, you're going to get used to whatever the newness is. You know, we're never going to be in the same old. You can try to hold on. You can try to hold on, but you're not going to be able to. You're going to be shifting into the new energies. That's just where we're going. And so anyway, we decided that we would go ahead and make some of these wisdom energetics, and it's the new wisdom. It's the wisdom and just like it's the golden fire. And so these wisdom energetics, this coil pendant, we have a pretty good idea of the design. I'm going to work on those hopefully this weekend. We'll get a whole line of those. They're a lighter gauge. They're only going to be available in the silver and brass. So they'll be kind of reminiscent of our original quantum healer. So that original quantum healer is actually what we're going to be calling this new one, is the quantum healer. And again, silver brass, lightweight little pendant. You can add it to other pendants. So anyway, that one will be out here hopefully next week. And yeah, excited about that, of just bringing in some of those other energies for those that aren't ready to, really step into to letting go of the old. The golden light and the new wisdom is that step between releasing all that you are to step into all that you truly are. So anyway, it'll be just more of a comfortable ride for some, I'm guessing. So let's see. Yeah, I know. It would be nice to have a training session with Brenda, and yeah, w- I feel that. I feel that too, Brewster, and we would love to do that. Let's see. Is the affiliate program going to be up and running again in the near future? Yes, it is. We hope to have the affiliate program finalized. I mean, Randy and Billy have been working on this thing every day for 2 weeks. This new affiliate program. Randy's actually just made this video that when you sign up for the affiliate, you can have the video and it walks you through everything simply on this affiliate. So yes, we are definitely going to have this affiliate ready here soon, and I'm hoping that possibly next week that we'll be able to release that. We're going to start out small. We have a few select people that we're going to be sending it to, just so that we don't get overwhelmed in the beginning, so that we can make sure that everything is flowing and functioning perfect. So it actually might be not this coming week, but it might be the following week for it to be released publicly to everybody. Because like I say, we just want to be able to work out any of the bugs, any of the details, so that it's not affecting everybody at once, if you understand. So yeah, thank you for your patience on all the things that we say that we're going to do, because we got a lot going on. But yes, Billy and Randy have been hard at it. So yeah, we're excited for that new affiliate program. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Nika. The site says the small is the 2.5 and the large is the 5.5 sphere of influence. Many late nights on that page, so I didn't remember. So I appreciate you looking that up for us, Nika. So yeah, the golden light generator is pretty amazing. I mean, 2.5 miles on just this little guy in the traditional 5.5 mile that these ones have always been. Um, so yeah, I really think this is going to be this mini golden light generator is probably going to be kind of that staple um, for a lot of people. Let's see. How can you prove or confirm a device is working? Through its biofeedback. If you need to prove scientifically on the tools, it's biofeedback. So, like, we have a couple of biofeedback studies published on the website with the cell phone tabs. So, the cell phone tab is the one that shows that when you place this tab on your phone and you carry and use your phone, that it is aligning chakras, energy bodies, clearing the mental and emotional, and making organs function better. So, you can't, you have to have some pretty spendy equipment like GDV photo imaging, gaseous discharge visualization, to be able to see the fields and what they're doing. But it's truly what it does to your field. So, we also work with a lot of professionals like true doctors who do muscle testing, kinesiology, and they show we get the feedback all the time. So definitely check out the testimonials too, especially like on the cell tabs, the testimonials that people have on what it does for them. But yeah, gosh, like Dr. Sue Whitaker, she's actually teaches energy work to dentists, and she is phenomenal. I mean, she's a professional dowser. She's wrote so many books, Dr. Sue Whitaker. And what she tells us and what she's been telling us for years is that there are hardly any cell phone protectors that actually do what they say they do. And she just loves our cell phone protectors because of what it does with her clients and what she sees it doing. Um, so yeah, there's a lot of stuff out there and there's a lot of, claims and everything else. And I understand that we make some pretty wild claims in the metaphysic arena, but it's all true and real. Um, you know, we're not here to sell you tools and get rich and all those things. This is a service that we truly feel that we provide in this world and make great sacrifices to do so. And with that comes a lot of integrity. So truly, it is how your physical, mental, and emotional respond to the fields that proves what they're doing. Um, and, even though the fields will expand, like we talk about on the generator page, place it in a space where you have your awareness onto it. And that is very true that when you bring your awareness to these tools, that it expands and amplifies the field, but that does not make them a placebo. They are simply reacting to consciousness. Um, so you can simply set the tools, not ever even look at them, hide it in your basement, and it's still going to be doing the work. So, yeah, there's a lot of tool makers out there that are making the tools, and a lot of people aren't able to check to make sure that they're working and that they're beneficial. Um, so I do understand, and there's just a lot of stuff out there. So yeah, you do have to use some discernment on the tools that you get and discernment on the claims that people make. But yeah, I would definitely check out the testimonials too. That just show how that the tools are working. Um, oh, you came from Moon is Magic, asking the question. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, so truly biofeedback. Um, Jeff. Yeah, thank you for your patience, Jeff, on us getting, especially that sessions with Brenda. It would be nice if we can get that through sometime, but I can't really speak for her, and I know her path partner too just finally stopped doing sessions too. That's been doing sessions for 20 years or more, just so that she can focus on her own inner being. And two, I think she just gets, again, I can't speak for either one of them, but I feel like you just get to the point where you understand that everything is energy and it's serving you, and that you have to step up and step in to your own being, to your own issues, and to your own light to clear those issues. And so I think that if either one of these two that have supported my sister and her partner, Julie, um, energetic partner, Julie, if, I, I think that at some point in time, once we kind of integrate everything and are comfortable in the new spaces, that we can then maybe hold a different field in a different space and have a different understanding and awareness of the energy, because that's it, is that we've been taking these little baby steps for so many years, like these guys 20 years, me 15 years, been taking these baby steps, but now then what we've been doing here recently is beyond a step. We're coming into something new, and that new has to do with the new light, and the new light is simply you, the wisdom of your lifetimes and experiences brought to completion, to wisdom with the soul. This has not been available to humanity for very long, just a few years, like 4 years, maybe 5 years, 4 years. Um, so this new light, it is you, it is your wisdom. And so once we really get accustomed in understanding of this new light in the ways that we work with it, um, then there'll definitely be more sharing with this all. Um, and it's not just us. I mean, this is available to everybody, and it's not available just in our tools. But our tools definitely hold a tangible field of it to be able to resonate, to be able to find it and start being in that space. Because again, this new light field to me is bringing in the trinity of you as the human with all that you are, you as the master, which is the culmination of the wisdom of the lifetimes, and you as the soul, the I am, I exist, the I am presence. So that's truly the new trinity of you that this is all bringing together. And yeah, so no more baby steps. We're taking big steps now. And so yeah, I'm not going to reiterate again. Nika, lately I've been wearing 2 silver expansive light bangles with a thicker gauge copper bangle between. It looks and feels beautiful. Yeah, the silver light bangles, the light gauge ones, yeah, they're wonderful. They really are. And yeah, layering that copper and silver, that's what I actually been doing. I didn't wear my new wisdom rings here today, but that's totally what I'm going to do, Nika, is I'm going to put one of the new wisdom rings right between my silvers, because I really do like that feel of the new wisdom. It's because for those that want grounding, yeah, the traditional grounding, that's the wisdom. That certainly helps. Um, some feedback on the Master's Wand. I haven't had any issues with the energy, and I actually hold the wand when I can't get to sleep. It calms me down. That's fantastic. Yeah, because these light fields, like in the Master's Wand, we're each going to perceive this energy differently because it's all us. It is all you. And so every person is going to have a different experience with these new light fields. Um, and it'll always continue to shift and change with you. So thank you very much for that feedback on that light wand. Um, let's see. I do have some other questions here. So, okay. This was the question, and I really appreciate this question from Naomi, about this grounding that I talked about last week. So let's see. I'm just going to make sure that I got her question right. So in the last live, you mentioned not needing to ground your heart into Gaia. Did I miss something? Why? Is it because she's going through so many shifts and changes herself? Well, that is one thing for sure. That is the shifts and changes within Gaia. So, we always saw Gaia as actually the crystalline sun within the earth that holds this whole thing together. But that's not true. There is the crystal sun within the earth, but then there is Gaia as the separate entity who is the guardian to the crystal sun and the earth. This crystal sun is like within the earth. It's the space holder for everything here. And Gaia has always been the guardian, but Gaia is stepping away. She's stepping back because humanity is ready. We've reached a level of consciousness that we can take care of our own damn planet. And she doesn't need to be here anymore to assist with that. It's still going to be a couple decades or more before she's fully gone, but she has been slowly releasing. And when you take a journey to that crystal sun within the earth, there are so many representations of human consciousness, human beings within that space. So yeah, that's one of the things is yeah, there is definitely a shift in what's going on with Gaia. But as far as the not grounding into the heart, what I mean by that is that as we are in these new light fields, and I talk about how it takes you out of the old energy and it moves you into a different space. And when you're in that space, this new space of ungrounding from the old energies, the old traditional grounding your heart with Gaia and with creation, the Trinity breath, isn't cutting it. It's the grounding into your own heart. So as you step into these new spaces, these new fields, it's about grounding right here into the heart, into all that you are, because that heart is that connector to all that you are, the Trinity of you. The heart is the space. That's the connecting point. So when we are feeling that ungrounded and floaty in those new energies, in that transition space, yeah, just breathe into the heart. That is your true new grounding point. It's not that we are disassociating with Gaia or, saying, no, we don't need that anymore. It's not that at all. All we're saying is that there's a new way for the new human to exist. This is an evolution in humanity. I don't know if you truly understand that, but this is an evolution in humanity that we are participating in right now. We're never going to be the same. We're complete with everything we've done. Some of us have been here for 1,000 freaking lifetimes, and it's coming to completion, which isn't a bad thing. It's not a sad thing. Yeah, everything is grand. And then people get all concerned with, oh, what's next? And, we don't need to know. As the human, we're here to experience. We're not the actual, the human in its own self isn't the creator, but the human, the master, and the soul is the creator. So, yeah, my goodness, that's why it is the new, and what we're stepping into is conscious creation. Lots of questions today. Which generator would you recommend for a set it and forget it solution on a 5 to 10 acre property that has entity issues in the surrounding area? Yeah, definitely the golden light generators. 5 to 10 acres, God, even just the smallest golden light generator would be able to cover that area. Um, or you could choose the 4 inch, but either one, the golden light, especially for, and that's wild. I hadn't seen ghosts in years, and I had a good friend call me from Montana the other day, and she was like, man, she's like, this is something. She was able to smell all the different beings. And when we looked at it, yeah, there was this crazy geomagnetic intersection on this property that she was working at. And that's what all the electricians and plumbers and everything was like, man, there's something that's in the yard. They're like, and it freaks them out. Well, yeah, she had all kinds of things. Like she was staying there in an RV on the job site, and at night, all of her windows were open, her doors would lock, and they only lock with a key, and all kinds of crazy things. And so we looked at it, and yeah, it's the first time I'd seen ghosts in a few years, actually. Because there used to be so many of them on the planet, but man, we've done so much clearing of those astral fields because there used to be just gazillions of beings that were just everywhere. But anyway, it was pretty wild because they were actually all there was the geomagnetic lines that created that vortex that and there was just like this geomagnetic knot, and they were all trapped right there in the yard. There was probably like 4 different ones that were just stuck there. Um so that was really kind of fun to work with the ghosts again. So in the geomagnetic lines, and that's it, is that energetic knot, we simply moved it to a different space where it wasn't going to cause issues. But anyway, the whole family sees entities on this property. And as you said, there's a lot of issues on the property and the surrounding area. Yeah. So this golden light energetic is perfect for that. That's the golden light, the golden fire was the very first traditional energetic that was first to start to cross over ghosts without us having to um, you know, take action by holding space, by speaking with them, by opening the light, all the things. The golden fire came along, and anybody that came within the field, it would reactivate the sacred heart if that was in your highest and best between you and your soul. And so those who are disincarnate, as they would come into these golden fire fields, their soul comes in to reactivate the sacred heart. And as it does, it simply takes that ghost home. And it'll clear those geomagnetic lines, because a lot of times, again, there can be those knots in those lines where they intersect and they just get stuck there, because a ghost has to receive its energy from people or places, and they will follow geomagnetic lines on the surface of the earth. So um yeah, you can have a lot of issues if you have like one of those lines that come through, or if they're all stuck in those knots. So yes, the generator will work perfect. um let's see. All right, I think that's all the questions here from internet. And yeah. So some exciting new things coming up. We'll send out an email for the new generator page and the new generators that are offered. And then again, we will have the new wisdom stuff coming out here probably next week. And the affiliates. So I'm excited about all of it. And really want to get, so here's another, I know I always say, hey, I want to make this and gonna make this and everything. Well, my intentions right now are, yes, I want to make a real floor plate, not the lightweight prototype version that I have. I want to make the real one just like it, with the shungite base and the 13 rings, but in a thicker 2-gauge rings so that the plate can be heavier duty, and we can actually sell those. And I'll do a time study on that. So I'm looking forward to making the new floor plates. The other things that I intend to begin making are the new Rainmaker. We're not going to call it the Rainmaker. It's going to be something different. It's going to be working with the earth. And again, I feel like I'm probably going to make shungite plate with that one as well, because it just looks beautiful with the copper, and it sets it apart from the other energies. So the new Rainmaker, the new floor plate, and the activators, both sizes. Now I'm excited about that larger activator. So we actually only have 3 of these golden light generators that are available on the website, because the other 3 I want to make activators with. So that's my intention, is to create the new coil that will be used with these, and then we'll have both the golden light as well as the light field energetics, both within that newer, larger activator. So really working hard to try to create a new line of tools, as well as to keep up on all the old tools. So yeah, please have patience with us, because yes, there's a lot of things I want to create. Another question I got was about the key pendant. Somebody's been waiting a year to get a new key pendant. And man, there are so many things that I want to make, like the Divine I Am activator pendant, the key pendants, all these things that I just listed. But man, there's not enough time in the day or the week to, exist, let alone be working all day and all night. So I'm certainly intending that we get some of these grand new products. And yeah, if there are things that you would like to see us make, yeah, please do let us know. Because this one gal let me know last Wednesday, and within 9 days, we now have a new product enlisted, just to assist and support with what it was that she was looking for. So you never know. If you can inspire me, man, and I get a fire, I will definitely see it through right then and there. Which tools have the healing energy in them? Would you please go over that again? Oh, yes. So, gosh. Every one of the tools that we create, there is a healing aspect to it, because we see, as energy healers, workers, healing is nothing more than release and rebalance. Healing is release and rebalance. And that's healing on the physical, mental, emotional, life situation, even soul level. So all the tools that we create will hold a space of rebalance. And some of the tools that we make hold a better space for release than others. The Golden Fire is a great one. That was our original big release one. The Wisdom is for the deep, deep release. The Wisdom rings, the Wisdom energetics, which there's only the Wisdom rings available at the moment. We'll have the pendant soon. Is all about the clearing of the lifetimes of the traumas. It's getting in deep and doing the work. And of course, it asks you to also participate in the work. And it's not really work. It's just awareness and being present with what comes up. So there's a lot of videos and tutorials and everything that we did with the Wisdom energetics, including like the Wisdom wand was really a big one. So yeah, the Wisdom is grand for healing. Now, to take it a step further, which you can go straight to this step, is the light field energetics. So the light field energetic is also what we've been calling the golden healer. I'm going to get all the names straight, simplified, and changed. Instead of having the golden healer and the light field both, we're just going to use simply the light field, the newest energetic since June 1st, to describe these tools. So the Master's Wand is one that's in that light field energetic. Okay, actually, I'll take another step back here. The light field energetic, within there, where it brings together all that you are, The golden healer is what we call that little sliver of light of you. It's this golden light that comes from the soul. So when you're standing all together as all that you are, and these light fields help you do that. They help you to be present, because again, presence is nothing more than being right here. It's more than the now moment. Presence is about releasing the need to fix or heal the past or the future, and just being able to be present here with your light, with you as your soul, with you as the master you, and with you as the human. And when you're, this is the new paradigm of healing, is being present with something. So the light fields will hold that space to where, yes, there is a part of your light that is what we call the golden healer, this golden light that comes through. And it's something that we've seen everything from my sister's shattered bone to not being a shattered bone within hours after that. To, let's see, I had this tear in my stomach of muscles that was gone instantly. Um, so it's a different form of healing. Now, the wisdom was all about looking at it and releasing it and allowing it to go to wisdom. The new light field in this golden healer, this facet of your soul's light that comes in and wraps things up without you directing it. That golden healer light comes in and it just moves you into a different space. And that's truly what was happening with the wisdom, but it was kind of like there were steps in there. The new light field with that golden healer energetic is just simply taking you out of, I have a shattered finger, to I don't have a shattered finger. Someone call that you're changing timelines, but we call it changing potentials. That your light holds the potentials. If you are in this small box, you're disconnected, and you're like, oh shit, I have two choices in the world and they both suck. That's how I always describe when you are small like that. But when you allow in your light, you allow in more potentials, grander, higher potentials. And those potentials come into being through your resonance, not through your thoughts and emotions, though those do have some influence. It is more about what you carry in your field. Are you holding on to all these traumas and always fighting and healing and fixing, and you have all this stuff that as you give your awareness to it, your attention to it, it creates a gravity and it brings it in. And so that's why since 2018, we've said that, for healing work, it is simply seeing what is there and being okay with it, letting it go, letting it expand out of your field so that it is no longer patterning your energy, because that is how your energy serves you. Your energy is neutral. Your energy loves you. Your energy is there and it's yours only. And what patterns your energy into creation is your field. And yes, you have some thoughts in that field and some other things in that field, but the light field is all about cleaning up those distortions within your field so that you can then pattern the energy differently so that it comes in and you experience it differently. Okay, I know this kind of went down kind of the deep metaphysical rabbit hole there with this all, just to answer what tool is the best for the healing. And that just depends on your state of allowing, you know, if you still need to, be a participant in in the things. The wisdom is grand. And if you can simply embody your light, be present, allow, trust in your field and in your light, then the new light tools are a way to go, like the Master's Wand. So the Master's Wand's my favorite tool at the moment. Well,
I got a lot of favorites, but the Master's Wand is a great one for doing the healing work because it can just help you shift into that state of presence and of allowing, trusting, knowing that's all presence. And again, that is the new paradigm of how we do the work. Um, so anyway, someday we will be able to do, I'm intending a simple how to, because there's just so many factors in this, and we are still discovering and playing in these new fields ourselves. And man, there's so many potentials within these new fields of light and in the new you. And that is the biggest potential right there, is the new you. Um, yeah, yeah, hey, thanks, Brewster, for asking people that are on here live to share experiences. And and that's the other thing, you guys. Please do take the time to do a write up for the testimonials, especially on these new tools, things that you've discovered along the way, your first impressions, as well as, a couple weeks or a month later. Because, yeah, I know that I was a little discordant in the beginning, because I was in that transitional space. But I tell you what, I feel so much more grounded in my being now. It's been really amazing. And yeah, that is truly the best way, to just either douse or to feel into, what tool is the best for you at the time. For sure. Usually I have things sitting on my bedside, and when we had all the energies, and you would just feel into one would pop up right away. Okay, that's the one for the day. But now everything's the light field for sure. But yeah, and for just anybody, Brewster, that would ask, what is the best healing tool, I would say the Master's Wand is been my favorite. And that is because I temper the answer with affordability versus saying, man, you should get a Taurus or a floor plate, you know, along with a big ring and the Master's Wand all at once, you know, because truly the Taurus is one of the most powerful tools that we create. For handheld tools, the floor plate is, and I reserve the word powerful ever because we're not playing in power, but yet the Taurus, for some reason, it feels powerful. And again, I don't like to use the word power because it's an old paradigm. We are stepping into powerlessness, truly, because we don't play the freaking energy game of power. But anyway, and then when you step into powerlessness and you don't play the energy game of power, you're freaking invincible, because those that play in power don't even see you and attempt to make you join their reindeer games. So powerlessness is the way to be. Sorry, I can feel some of you going, oh, that's a messed up concept. Well, it's a very grand concept. All right. I suppose. Oh, yeah, I have another announcement. My apologies to the Flagstaff Dowsers Convention. I had to cancel. I can't leave the studio unattended for 10 days while I take a joyride down to Flagstaff, Arizona, and teach at the Dowsing Convention and hang out there for 4 days and come home. There's just no way. I've been working my ass off to try to get ahead so that I could leave here in 3 weeks. I can't even keep up. So, not going to be able to get ahead. And yeah, like I say, if I'm not here, then nobody else at the studio gets to work either. And I can't send people home. I mean, we all live, paycheck to paycheck. And I'm not going to not pay my employees. And, so anyway, no Flagstaff Dowsers convention. Um, I'm still going to do the Star Knowledge Conference here in a couple weeks, as well as the Sioux Falls, South Dakota Holistic Fair. But yes, my apologies to the Dowsers for not being there this time. But let's see. Hey, JB, I just bought the Badar coil with light field. Would you mind explaining some of the uses? Delivery is tomorrow. Yeah, JB. So the Badar coil is just simply something that you can utilize to place whatever on top of the coil. So that Badar coil, again, I see it as producing this fountain of golden light. It's usually about 18 inches tall until you put your awareness on it, and it expands to about 3 feet tall. And again, just kind of a fountain of light. But whatever you place onto that Badar coil, it harmonizes it. It brings in more of its own lighting consciousness, like if it's an essential oil, like from a plant or a rock or a crystal, that the things that have consciousness to them, it brings more of that to them. For like water, traditional water rings, traditional water rings like we used to make, they would take like up to 48 hours to restructure the water. Then once we were able to work with the templates, the etheric templates, to where we could bring the consciousness of water into the field, that would reduce it to about 4 to 6 hours that you would set water within there. Now the Badar coil with the ring, we're seeing that it will charge water, restructure water in like 20 minutes. So it's just super fast. And because the fields are, they exist throughout so many different planes, where the tensor rings are very much in that more of a subtle field, which Thoth would say the subtle is the most powerful, which it truly is. As above, then below. Everything begins in consciousness and manifests into the physical. But yeah, that Badar coil is pretty amazing. I keep one in like my drink carrier of my car because it fits in there perfectly. So my stuff is always sitting right there with that. I have one in my kitchen that I always place anytime that I get a new supplement or, whatever it is. I'll just simply set the bottle right there on that Badar coil, leave it for a few hours, and then the whole bottle is cleared. Pharmaceuticals, yeah, if you take any pharmaceuticals, drop those on your Badar coils. Because, like with our dad, when he was around, we saw that it wasn't the physiological effect of pharmaceuticals, it was the energetic. It's not so bad anymore, but man, prior to 2019, there used to be some funky connections and things within the pharmaceuticals. There still is, but it's not as bad as it was in the days before the great shift of things. One of the great shifts that no longer allowed a lot of those beings that would have never been incarnate here to play here on this plane. And that was the shift of 2019, that they're no longer allowed here because we've reached a level of consciousness. And so the Badar rings are great for clearing pharmaceuticals. Let it sit there for 4 to 6 hours overnight if you wish. Awesome, Connie, that you notice that the Badar coil with the ring charges your water in 15 to 20 minutes. That's awesome. Let's see. And JB, with the knee injury, a lot of people will use like an ace bandage or whatever to place, the rings and the tools on your body. So, that's maybe what I would suggest with the knee is just, with that Badar coil, maybe just place it right there on the knee and put a ace bandage around it lightly, something of that nature. Yeah. So that's what a lot of people do with the beta coils is just using it on the body. And again, healing is nothing more than release and rebalance. And so, too, as you place that on your knee, the beta coil, just kind of sit with it and feel into it and say, just be like, okay, everything is energetic. This has an energetic root cause. So all we're going to do is allow it to come up. You're going to bring your awareness, your divine light, your smile from the heart space and say, hey, you know, however you word it, doesn't matter, but have a little bit of gratitude in your heart for, hey, thank you. You were here serving me because all my energy is always, always here to serve me. So thank you for serving me. We are complete, and I release you. That's what you can do with anything and everything. You acknowledge it and you let it go. And it is as simple as that. That is the release. And then the rebalance, that field of that beta coil in the ring will help bring things back into balance. And of course, if we are releasing things and we feel we've let it go, yet it's still persistent, then you have to ask yourself, why is this still serving me? Am I getting something out of this? Why is this energy is still serving me in this way? And there's got to be a reason. So maybe it's just sitting deeper and just sitting with it and just searching for the root cause, not to, well, yeah, that's why I say we kind of need to figure out the whole holistic version of this everything, because sometimes if those energies aren't leaving, there's something that we're still getting out of it, whether you enjoy suffering like I did for many years. I seem to be enamored by the suffering. And so there were so many things that I struggled to let go of. But that's also why we created that soul altar exercise, which is where you set the things down and then you step back, leaving it with soul. And you stepping back is you truly saying, no, I'm done with this. So that's really what it comes down to, is you making a clear, conscious choice that you're done with it. So anyway, what a grand time to be alive, you guys. We've gotten to see the transition from such old, dense, low consciousness vibes within ourselves and the planet. And if you're only seeing darkness now, then untether your vision, because you're just seeing what has always been there, but is coming up kicking and screaming. That's what we've been saying for years, is the darkness that is surfacing is only there because it's kicking and screaming. But now there are no footholds for any of this stuff. So know that we are in such a grand time, and transitional spaces, yes, are uncomfortable. But man, that's where breathing back into your heart is the huge thing, so that you're not entangled into all the shit that's out there. Because again, when you entangle, you bring gravity to it, you give it more credence. It's like counseling. You go to counseling and you're going to mentalize and you're going to give credence to your issues, instead of just being like, hey, issue, I see you, I feel you, I love you, I'm done with you, bye. That saved you a lot of time and money and actually brings it to completion. So anyway, I better get my soapbox. See you guys later. Much love. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate all you guys' support throughout all these years. And again, if you're not buying tools, please do at least leave some testimonials, because we really want to, share more of the grand things that occur. out there. And then plus you'll get discount codes too. And if you use a picture or a video, I think you even get grander discount codes. So yeah, please do support us in that way. And then too, with the affiliate, super excited for all of us on that one. So look for that affiliate email to come out here within the next little bit. So anyways, much love, you guys. Thank you very much. Oh yeah. I forgot to mention this time, as I mentioned last time, every 50 questions Fridays, this beautiful masterpiece of 127 golden fire rings. Actually, I think they're regeneration rings. It's hard to say what the energetics of these things are because there's so much more than what the rings are. Regeneration rings. This 127 ring matrix, fruit of life, used to be 3,600 and 3,660 bucks. And it is now, last week it was down to 2,000. Every week it's going to drop $100 until somebody buys this thing. So now then, this beautiful 24-inch powerful masterpiece can be yours for $1,900 with free shipping. Oh yeah, I said it, free shipping. So anyway, next week it'll be down to $1,800. It'll be half off. So anyway, if you want this thing, scoop it up. Just send me an email, info@Twistedsage.com. All right, much love, you guys.